Have you ever wondered what life in Ghana is like? A country with unique customs and age-old traditions still preserved intact. And unique cultural aspects you may have never known about. Date, the mighty emperors. Tribes with unique rituals and little-known mysteries about this country. And danger always lurks amid the bustling, vibrant rhythm of life in Ghana. Let's explore these fascinating things to better understand life in Ghana. And the things you absolutely must pay attention to, don't miss them. The date regime has not yet ended. Ghana is one of the few countries in the world where matrilineal systems are prevalent, especially among the Dagaba people. This means a man can marry or live with multiple women at the same time. Although Ghanaian law does not recognize matrilineal systems. However, according to tradition and culture, this is still considered legal and not viewed as shameful as it is in many Western countries. Here is the English translation of the given Vietnamese text. About 16% of married women in Ghana have husbands who are also married to someone else. The matrilineal system appears in both urban and rural areas, and it is usually only done when the man is financially capable of supporting multiple wives. Cultural beliefs also play a significant role in preserving this tradition. In Africa, children are considered precious assets. The more children a family has, the stronger it is. In reality, women tend to desire having more children when they are in a relationship, compared to women in monogamous relationships. Although significantly reduced compared to its peak period, date still. But this practice is still carried out by a large number of people in many countries. In countries like Burkina Faso and Mali, nearly 40% of the population lives in multi-generational households. Even though dating may be considered taboo in more developed countries, but in the specific historical, economic, and social context, its existence also had valid reasons. For example, after the War of the Three-Nation Alliance, Paraguay lost nearly 90% of its male population in the war, and to address the aftermath, the government at the time promoted a policy of free love. The situation in rural areas at that time was extremely severe, when a man has to live with about 50 women. However, speaking of Ghana, it stands out as one of Africa's most remarkable countries. May leave the deepest impression on you. With a unique culture, completely distinct from countries in Europe, America, or Asia. Ghana boasts a rich diversity of ethnic groups, traditions, and unique customs. For example, the existence of tribal chieftains and the ritual dances performed around the coffin. Let's explore the kings, traditional culture, and most prominent landmarks of Ghana. Ghana has a traditional hierarchical system where kings or tribal chiefs hold power. Completely separate and independent from the central government. They are the guardians and protectors of traditional values, the cohesion within the tribal community and the distinctive local cultural traits. At the same time, they could be a member of the nobility or royalty. The organization that brings together all traditional leaders and kings in Ghana is called the National House of Chiefs. This refers to the residence of national leaders, which is protected by the Constitution. One of the most famous kings was Topo for the 14th of the Asholi Kingdom. There is one more guest, Topo Osiba from the Godenu family. Additionally, there is Rarabahai, the king who rules the kingdom of Dapone. Ashtenhan is the title given to the king of the Ashanti people. This kingdom historically encompassed much of what is now Ghana's territory, and a portion of the coastline belonging to Russia and Togo. This king often appeared on a gold-gilded throne during major events. Currently, Ashtenhan is a constitutional monarchy, and is protected by the Ghanaian constitution. The current reigning king of the Ashanti Kingdom is Odafornana Os Tutuhan. Ghana, a country in West Africa, is a land marked by a history of conquest and exploitation. Due to European countries, particularly Portugal, England, and the Netherlands. These countries came here to trade gold. Abundant resources are found everywhere across this land. This special location has earned it the nickname Gold Coast, the Golden Shoreline. Ghana was the first region to be invaded and colonized by the Portuguese in 1482. Then, the Dutch arrived in 1598, and the English were the last to set foot here in 1871. Even the Swedes and the Danes once built settlements in this place. By 1957, Ghana was one of the first African countries to gain independence. Regain independence from colonial powers. Here are the natural English translations of the given Vietnamese text. Warrior King. English is the official language of Ghana. But many other languages are also spoken here, such as Asante, Dongmai, or Yu. Approximately 70% of Ghana's population follows Christianity, primarily followers of evangelical Protestantism and Catholicism. Other minority groups practice Islam or traditional African beliefs. Christianity began to spread in Ghana in the 15th century, when the first Portuguese settlers arrived in the region. Islam was introduced to this region through the trading activities of Muslim merchants from North Africa. In traditional beliefs, people often have faith in a supreme deity. And the gods dwell on the mountains, by the rivers, and among the tree canopies. Christianity can coexist with beliefs in spirits, witches, and demons. But this factor had already emerged in the period before the country fell under colonial rule. The Ghanaian economy, a prosperous country yet still facing many hardships. Ghana ranks among the most prosperous nations on the African continent, with an economy primarily based on industry, notably the automotive and transportation sectors. Producing digital products, mining gold and minerals. Alongside oil and gas extraction, there is also the development of renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power. Agriculture and fisheries also play a pivotal role, creating livelihoods for millions of people in Ghana. However, the fisheries industry is currently facing significant challenges. When fish stocks decline at an alarming rate, the cause may be overexploitation and climate change. Over 2 million people in Ghana rely on fishing for their livelihood. Overfishing prevents fish populations from recovering. Marine fish such as sardines and anchovies. When temperatures rise too high, reproductive capacity can be affected or lost. In this situation, the Minister of Fisheries announced a 1-month fishing season. But for the people who make a living by fishing, this is no small challenge because they can hardly give up their primary source of income from this job. This issue is not unique to Ghana, and in many other developing countries as well, such as Indonesia, Vietnam, India, and Peru. Accra is the capital of Ghana. This is the largest city in the country, with a population of around 2 million people. Here, the climate is tropical dry, almost transitioning to a semi-arid type. With relatively stable temperatures, in August, the temperature can drop to around 17 degrees Celsius. Because the salary and income in the city are higher, here are the 3 natural English translation options. Choose one based on context. And according to forecasts, this number will increase by more than 1 million people within the next decade. Most people from rural areas in Ghana flock to the city of Adra to live. The vast Adra region has a total population of approximately 5 million people. This also makes air pollution and plastic waste increasingly severe. Ghana's population has a youthful structure, with a median age of around 21. Compared to developed countries like Japan, Germany, Italy, Greece, or Portugal, a place where the average age is nearly 50, Ghana boasts a vast population of children and adolescents. Currently, the birth rate in Ghana is about 4 children per woman. The birth rate has significantly decreased compared to the average of 7 children per woman 50 years ago. However, this figure remains significantly higher than that of countries like Niger, Angola, Congo, Mali, or Jot, where every woman gives birth to 6 or 7 children. Meanwhile, developed countries and territories such as Taiwan, South Korea, Singapore, or Puerto Rico, each woman may have only 1 child. Although the birth rate in Ghana and Africa as a whole is trending downward as these countries develop. However, this figure remains higher than in other developed countries. One of the most unique services in Ghana is the dancing pallbearer service. Here, the pallbearers will perform a choreographed dance throughout the funeral. This service is not mandatory but an optional add-on with a higher fee for customers who require it. In 2017, a video clip of a pallbearer team dancing went viral on social media. And it became a viral meme, capturing widespread attention from the online community worldwide. The Depart Festival is one of the most controversial traditions in Ghana. The event was organized by the local community in Odames Provo, a town in eastern Ghana. This festival is closely tied to the initiation rites for young women who have just come of age. To prepare for the role of a wife, they had to undergo a series of tests and rituals to prove they were still virgins. Once completed, they will be recognized as ready to enter marriage. At this festival, the girls also learn valuable lessons on child rearing. Cooking is like the art of seduction and the way you treat your husband. Ghana post-independence, transformations and challenges. The climate in Ghana is primarily tropical monsoon, with the dry season occurring in winter. In the summer, when the rains arrive. In the central and northern regions of Ghana, temperatures can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius. From February to April, temperatures in desert regions can drop to around 10 degrees Celsius. Climate change is causing many difficulties, especially when temperature changes directly affect agriculture and people's livelihoods. This threat directly impacts production activities and endangers people's livelihoods. Ghana is a country with a population of over 30 million and an area of approximately 238,000 square kilometers. Although the majority of Ghanaians are Christian, voodoo beliefs are still preserved and practiced. This is especially true in the northern region of our country. In reality, women here are often labeled as witches, accused of performing mysterious rituals and magic. Those accused in such a manner often face discrimination and are forced to live in refugee camps. The Rambaga witch camp is where women accused of practicing dark magic live. Currently, Ghana is facing a serious issue: the production of clothing by fast fashion brands. Some brands produce millions of products each year but recycle only a small fraction, with the rest being shipped to cities like Accra. Here, clothes are piled up like mountains, resembling towering heaps of trash. A mountain of clothes reaching 19 meters high, and that's just one of countless piles of clothing scattered across African countries, causing serious environmental pollution. Ghana is a culturally diverse nation with multiple ethnic groups and languages. Ghana is a country of over 100 ethnic groups, each with its own unique culture and language. However, the languages of these groups often belong to the same language family, so they can understand each other easily. The Ghanaians primarily belong to the Akan ethnic group, originating from the migrations of nomadic tribes from Nubia, who later gradually moved southward to the Gold Coast region. The ancient Ghanaians established numerous powerful kingdoms and empires from the 10th to the 17th century, rising to become dominant forces in the region. The Ashanti people, also known as the Ashan, are an ethnic group belonging to the Akan, primarily inhabiting the Ashanti region of Ghana. Previously, they built a powerful empire in 1670. Ashanti culture has a unique feature of being matrilineal, meaning lineage and land ownership are passed down through the mother's side. Wealth, position, and titles are all defined through the woman. The official language of the Ashanti region is Asante Twi, with over 9 million speakers. This is also the language taught in primary schools, featuring distinctive phonetic characteristics such as tones, harmony, and unique nasal sounds. The traditions of the Fant people. The Fant people are an ethnic group living in southern Ghana, originating from the Tay Chiman region since the 17th century. The Fant people live scattered across various small kingdoms, each ruled by a Fant chieftain. This person must belong to the royal lineage, with an estimated 2.5 million Fant people today. They are divided into 12 matrilineal clans. Here are the English translation options based on your request. S population belongs to the Awe tribe, one of the country. The Dui people originate from Togo in the Voda region of Ghana. They primarily make a living through farming and fishing, although in recent years they have also taken up crafts like weaving or other jobs to make a living when the rainy season isn't enough. The Dui people are renowned for their unique traditional folk melodies and songs that carry a distinctive cultural identity. The Dagunbach tribe and their language. The Dagunbach tribe is the second largest tribe in Ghana, primarily inhabiting the northern region of the country. They make up nearly half of the population in this area. The Dagunbach people use various languages depending on the region, but their primary language is Daban. This language is widely spoken in 13 northern regions of Ghana. Lo-Dai Centro. Lo-Dai Centro, also known as Lo-Dai Amina, is one of the most famous landmarks in Ghana. Lo-Dai was built by the Portuguese in the 15th century and is the oldest surviving European architectural structure in the region south of the Sahara Desert. Originally, this castle served as a trading post, then became a key transit point on the transatlantic slave trade route. Ma Sun National Park. Mole National Park, Ghana's largest wildlife sanctuary, is home to many rare species such as hippos, elephants, buffaloes, and numerous other animals. However, illegal hunting persists and remains a pressing issue, particularly the poaching of pangolins, an endangered species on the brink of extinction. Kakam National Park. Kakam National Park is the ideal destination for those who love trekking and exploring the wild. Here, you will have the chance to admire over 40 species of mammals, 300 species of birds, and more than 600 diverse butterfly species. The suspension bridge hanging high above is one of the most captivating highlights of this park. A series of observation decks are connected by suspension bridges soaring 30 meters above the ground. This park is located near the city of Agrafo, making it very convenient for sightseeing. Pusu Beach, the destination of absolute serenity. Pusu Beach, located about 30 kilometers from the city of Takoradi, is one of the most peaceful beaches in Ghana. The unique feature of this beach is its exceptionally calm waters, completely different from other beaches in Ghana, which typically have large, powerful waves. If you're looking for a peaceful place to relax and enjoy the beauty of nature, Pusu is the perfect choice. Tamale is the central city of the Dagomba people, located in northern Ghana. This place is not only famous for its ancient temples steeped in Islamic culture but also attracts visitors with its exquisite handicraft shops and captivating music and dance performances. Notably, Chamo is also an ideal destination for you to explore rich and flavorful specialty dishes, deeply imbued with the unique cultural identity of the Dagomba people. In eastern Ghana, you'll come across the famous Bodie Falls, a captivating attraction that draws visitors from all over the world. Particularly, the locals believe that Bodie Tower consists of a female water tower and a male water tower. They claim that when the water level rises, the two towers will merge into one. Therefore, whenever this phenomenon occurs, they hold a marriage ceremony between a deeply spiritual ritual. Ghana's Volta region may be lesser known to tourists, but it remains a destination worth exploring. This land boasts countless captivating tourist attractions, from majestic mountain ranges to roaring white waterfalls and vast lakes. Here are the two English translation options, maintaining the original meaning with only stylistic differences. Aburi Botanical Gardens is the ideal destination to relax and immerse yourself in beautiful natural scenery. Here are the natural English translations for your options. Established in 1890, this botanical garden is located in the town of Aburi, near the Katatra area, covering a total area of up to 64 hectares. This is the perfect place for a stroll, a picnic, or simply finding a quiet spot to relax and immerse yourself in the beautiful surrounding nature. At Paga, you will witness a sacred crocodile pond, where locals believe these crocodiles embody the protective spirits of their departed ancestors. A strange thing is that whenever a prominent figure in the community passes away, the sacred crocodiles in the lake also die alongside them. Ghana is home to only one natural lake called Potsumki, formed by a meteorite impact over 1 million years ago. This is a sacred place where the people believe the spirits of the departed come to bid farewell to the goddess Osashaya, the deity of land and fertility of the Ashanti people. In northern Ghana, you'll come across giant termite mounds, also known as termite nests. These termite mounds rise high above the ground, reaching heights of up to 8 meters. These termite mounds are built facing north to regulate the internal temperature, one of the unique features of nature in this area. Like many other African countries such as Togo or Nigeria, Ghana also has a traditional dish called abadza. Originally, this place was once associated with war, but today, it has become an indispensable part of weddings, festivals, and even parties. 1. Fantasy. The unique art of truck decoration in Ghana's unique customs is the tradition of crafting fantasy coffins, designed to reflect the profession, hobbies, or significant aspects of the deceased. These paper fans are often painted with vibrant colors and can take on very intricate shapes, such as airplanes, fish, or even objects that bear the imprint of the lives of the deceased. Although these coffins are quite expensive and take many months to complete, the people of Ghana still consider this a worthwhile investment to give their loved ones the most dignified and meaningful farewell. 2. The Cherwo Arts Festival, a bridge between artists and the audience. The Cherwo Street Art Festival in Agra is a large-scale event that offers diverse experiences in art, music, dance, and vibrant performances right on the streets. An important criterion of the festival is to facilitate cultural exchange between domestic and international artists. The program features a variety of exciting activities such as street painting, graffiti, mural art, photography, theatrical performances, poetry recitals, interactive art exhibitions, and adventure sports. The outdoor events include film screenings, fashion parades, music parties, and workshops on recycled design. In Ghana, as in many other African countries, there exist unique cultural customs of great significance, such as the circumcision ritual, a symbol of the transition from childhood to adulthood. Additionally, tattooing, also known as scarification, is another fairly common practice. This is the artistic process of creating decorative scars by etching designs into the skin. The Akan people of Ghana hold a unique belief. They consider the human soul to reside in the head. Therefore, they use tattoos to mark important life milestones such as childbirth, coming of age, marriage, and death. These tattoos also hold spiritual significance, believed to have the power to protect the soul from evil spirits. 4. As a unique delicacy, the maggot dish can surprise diners. Here's something that might surprise many people. Fly larvae, also known as maggots, are considered a delicacy in some regions of Ghana. They often grow from decaying plant matter and are prepared into delicious fried or grilled dishes. Additionally, maggots have long been used to clean wounds and promote faster healing. This treatment method is still used in Ghana today, where fly larvae consume dead tissue in wounds, helping to clean and speed up the recovery process. 5. Rat droppings, the rare and curious spice few have heard of. This may sound strange, but in some parts of Ghana, rat droppings are actually an edible delicacy. This ingredient is commonly used as a seasoning for soups in local cuisine. 6. Kente, Ghana's distinctive traditional fabric. Kente is a traditional Ghanaian fabric, often used for important festivals or ceremonial occasions. This fabric is hand-woven on a loom, forming strips about 10 centimeters wide, which are then pressed together to create the complete cloth. Kente fabric products come in a variety of colors, sizes, and patterns. Each design carries unique cultural messages from the people of Ghana. 7. Ghanaian cuisine, a delicate blend of traditional flavors and external influences. Ghanaian cuisine is a harmonious blend of traditional local flavors with distinctive influences from European and Indian culinary traditions. The dishes here typically feature a distinctive spicy and bold flavor, using main ingredients such as yams, cassava, corn, various beans, green bananas, and rice. The most popular dishes in Ghana are various types of sauces, often served with rice. Ghanaian cuisine is renowned for its rich tomato-based stews and a wide variety of fish dishes. Some standout dishes include ponku with rofi fish, red, green wanman thou, and coffee rodman. Ghanaian women and the challenges in shea butter production and trade. For centuries, Ghanaian women have transformed shea nuts into butter for skincare and hair care. Currently, this industry also faces significant challenges, similar to those in the food and medical sectors. When the men cut down the rosewood trees, the women who depended on this work for their livelihood lost their means of survival. The Ghanaian lifestyle emphasizes respect for family and community. Ghanaians highly value social conduct, family values, and human dignity. They believe that each person's work affects both their family and the surrounding community. Therefore, treating everyone with respect is absolutely essential. When visiting someone's home, the first essential step is always to greet them. Everyone, from adults to children, even babies, deserves a warm welcome. Moreover, in the room, the elderly are always greeted first. Using your left hand to gesture or perform actions is often considered impolite. When you invite someone to eat or attend an event, you are the one who must pay for it. Requesting guests to return an item is an impolite gesture. Ghanaians have a custom of pouring a small amount of alcohol onto the ground as a ritual to express gratitude to the gods. Ghanaians who don't drink alcohol often just lightly touch their lips to the glass without actually drinking. Then, they tilted their wine cups and poured the drink onto the ground as a heartfelt offering of thanks. Here's a natural English translation of your text. Upon arriving in Ghana, you will be greeted with warm and heartfelt welcomes. Here are some common greetings you often encounter. Ma Kai, how are you? By the grace of God, I am still healthy. Thank God, I am still healthy, always expressing my deep reverence and gratitude to Him. Just like the patience of the Ghanaian people, these answers don't just reflect how we communicate. At the same time, it also reflects, to some extent, the beliefs and profound cultural values within the Ghanaian community. The official currency of Ghana is the cedi, a name with a rather unique history. Originates from the Akan language, meaning, shells were once a common form of currency in many African cultures. Especially in West Africa, Before Ghana had an official currency system like today, shells were once used as a form of currency for trading goods and services. The shift from cowrie shells to the cedi currency marked a significant step forward in Ghana's economic modernization. But at the same time, it still preserves some of the traditional cultural beauty of the indigenous people. Football is the most beloved sport in Ghana. Next up are boxing and basketball. The Ghana national football team is one of the strongest on the continent, having participated in 4 out of the last 5 World Cups, including the 2022 World Cup held in Qatar, even though they missed their appointment with the 2018 World Cup in Russia. The 3 most famous Ghanaian players are Abedi Pele, Anthony Yeboah, and Michael Essien. The Black Stars. Their strongest opponent is the Nigerian team. The famous match known as the Joe of the Derby saw both sides battling for control of the Guni lands.